Hello, all right. This is a quick one for Tony M, who stuck up in the comments and he said the biggest bane of his life. He said that there's a problem with the CX with people posting jobs without enough information, without the proper weights and measures that's involved in a job. So then what you have to do is you have to ring them up to find out exactly what it is. And then by the time you found out exactly what it is, the job is sold to some numpty, that's his words, I did like numpty, who's basically quoted it blind and doesn't know what they're going into. And I know exactly where he's coming from. I mean, it's a different world I'm in now. I'm in the world of trucks, but I have the biggest pains of my life. I have two problems. Firstly, I have booking times, and the other problem I have is distribution centres. Now, about 2 or 3 times this week, I've gone into distribution. I've been into Waitrose, I've been into Panasonic. I was in Panasonic for 2.5 hours. I was in Waitrose for 2 hours, and I was running out of driving time. I was running, no, not driving time, plenty of driving time, running out of work time. I was coming up to my 15 hours. It's getting a bit panicky. I kept going in and telling them, and they went, And so the thing is, when you go into these centres from the point of view of a lorry, they take the pallets off. If you're lucky, you know, you've got a booking time of 11, you get there at 10, they'll let you in. If you're lucky, as I was with Bookers, there was no other trucks in. They unloaded me instantly. But it's still half an hour for them to sit there while they take every pallet off and double check to make sure that they've got everything they say they have. Now, from the point of view of, like, you know, as a receiver, if you just sign them pallets off blind, or you're supposed to have 6 pallets, then you turn out they've only give you 5, you ain't ever going to get that money back. So I understand why they have to do it, but the money needs to be factored into the job. And I think this is the problem that Tony's got. In fact, he said, you know, you don't know. If you're quoting like a Luton job, you know if you're going to turn up and it's going to be a 5-metre curtain pole, or it's going to be like, you know, 50 boxes of handball. So you kind of do need to find out, because if you don't find out, it makes a difference. And then, but if you take the time to find out, by the time you've actually worked it out, someone else has sold it to someone else. It is a problem. The only thing I'd say, you're right to try to find out. The only thing, or the other protection you've got, is to buy it, to bid on it, and then when it comes through, then ring them and go, right, okay, you sent a job through. I noticed it's Lewis's MP4, MP1. I'm aware of going into Lewis's before. You must understand that if I go into Lewis's, if I'm over an hour, we charge £40 an hour waiting time, £50 in the 18 tonnes. Is this acceptable to you? Because otherwise they can come back to you afterwards and say, yeah, well, you know, we only pay £25 an hour. So you tell them up front. If they say no, then go, in that case, we're not going to be able to do that job because I know what job's involved. How you stand on it, I don't know. It's a bit of a grey area, because it's a bit like you've accepted it now. So yeah, but I've accepted it before I know actually what it was. It is. You're right. The easiest way to solve this would be, when you're posting a job, to get more information on the job. The problem with that from the point of view of a shipper is sometimes it takes long enough to post the job as it is without putting a load of extra information in on top, like, you know. And also, in the nicest possible way, if you're trying to get a job into an airport, or you're trying to get a job to a hospital or a distribution centre, you don't want to write the fact it's a distribution centre on there, because you know you're going to get bigger quotes. But that's really not fair on the drivers. So I would say the only things that we've got to protect ourselves is, you can put on your booking information. You can say, my waiting time is charged at this. My handball time, we did one on this recently, is charged at this. My cancellation fee is this. These are the dimensions of my van. You can even, we're talking with the idea of saying, if it's a distribution centre, our truck, because you've got to bear in mind, trucks can make £250 a job. If you're on a door for 2.5, 3 hours, that negates your second job. You don't get 250 quid for waiting there for 3 hours. You get a oneer. And we've got drivers to pay here, and we've got truck fees to pay here. So what we're thinking of doing is putting in our description a lot more information. That way, when they turn around and say, oh, yeah, we don't pay that, say, well, why'd you book us then? But it is a very, very grey area. You're right, the easiest way, a bit more clarity on jobs, particularly everybody who wants to go, no telephones, e-quote only. Well, if you want me to e-quote only, give me some information on what I'm e-quoting on. So I'm totally with you there, Tony. Of course, everybody else has got an opinion, and please leave us in the comments, and we'll have a little chat about it on Sunday. And in the meantime, when I finally get my distribution, I've been loaded. 20 minutes ago I've been loading, but he's filling out the POD, the distribution note. Is it that important? No one reads them anyway. I suppose they do. Anyway, not such a difficult day today. I hope you're all well. Take care, take money.